Hello. I'm gonna give everyone time to come in. Come on in the room, as they say. This one's all right. I got a couple of different phones going on. So hello. Welcome. Come on in the room. I'm Consuela Hopkins. I will be your host for about 10, 15 minutes at the longest, right? And let's see here. This one just doesn't want to go live. Technology is always what it is. It's technology, and sometimes it acts like it works, and sometimes it doesn't. So we're just going to give it a moment to come on. We got it live in our group as well as on our Facebook page for Consuela's Accounting and Tax. When you come on in, let me know who you are, where you're from, right? Let's have a conversation today. And today we're going to talk about documents you need to have to file your taxes. You want to make sure that you're in order. So, the best thing, let me see here, what I'll do. Let me just go ahead and get started with you because I know I'm a firm believer as time is money, right? And you want to make sure, well, you're just maximizing your time, right? And also being a good steward of your money. So let's get going. What we're going to talk about today is not sure what tax documents to file for your 2021 taxes. And let me see here. They're able to get in. It's really weird. It won't let me go on both of them here. Okay. Got a couple people reaching out. Y'all just give me a moment. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in the room. Come on in the conversation. And we're going to talk about some good tax tips today. You guys know I've been in the tax industry for over 40 years and a money multiplying business all my life. And so, okay. Still not understanding. I don't know why. Oh, Facebook over here is being difficult. Hi, if you're watching, let me know that you're here. Feel free to let me know where you're from because we literally have clients all over the country. We literally, we worldwide. And I'm so thankful for that. Thankful for the just the life I've been afforded, chose, for my tax business, taxes and accounting firm, all these years. So today, again, what do you need to file your taxes? It is a beautiful thing to be able to know exactly how to be in order and what documents you need to file your taxes. So let me first introduce yourself for those who do not know and maybe watching me for the first time. I am Consuela Hopkins, your good money multiplier. And I help real estate professionals and real estate investors, right, increase their portfolio by reducing their tax liabilities and acquiring finances that, through taxes and accounting and business strategies. It's a huge opportunity out here to be in the real estate industry. And that is what my firm specializes in because we do know real estate, we do know money, and we put them together to be able to make those who love real estate as well can really flourish and just be productive, right? And be have your money multiply and be able to have the portfolio you want and leave a legacy, hopefully, for you and your family. That's one of my goals, and I find that a lot of real estate investors or real estate professionals. That's why they're in it, right? To make a difference, to change some lives. So I'm going to get going though. So starting off, I want you to know I do have a gift for you. So at the end of our live, I'll talk to you about one of the checklists that we have for you to make sure that you're on one accord with your tax professional when you go to do your taxes. And so we got a really good gift for you. So just stay tuned. We got a checklist for you. But so during our discussion today, I'm going to talk to you about what you need to file your taxes. And I got my long list here of all the different things that the IRS, what you want to make sure that you have with your return, if it was income or deductions that you had. And in 2022 this year, there's a lot of changes, a lot of things that's going on. And we want to make sure that we're complying with the IRS because they're not playing. They are not playing. They're overwhelmed. So we want to make sure we do our best to make sure we get our refund back quickly and that it's in order so that you don't have to worry about getting an audit, or right? Because who wants that? But one of the problems is what I want you to know is last year, the Internal Revenue received listen to this, nearly 3.5 amended income tax returns, according to Eric Smith, which is an IRS spokesperson. Now, they are largely due to misinformation on your tax return. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk with you today. Because if you don't know what to file, right, if you don't have the right information and you leave it off your tax return, then it comes in or the IRS are doing an audit on you, that'll cost you money. Or if you realize that you have it, right, you have these documents that came later after you filed, and now you got to do an amended return. And what does that do? What it does, it slows up, for one, your refund that may be entitled to you. But then what it also does is a lot of times, once you get some income in that you did not file on your original return, you may end up owing money back to the IRS, right? So who wants to do that? So again, being prepared, right, is the key. So that's what I want to help you with today. And actually what we're going to do is drop a link into the comment section, and you're going to go to we got freetaxchecklist.com, and you just get your checklist there about some of the things we're going to go over, because there's hundreds of things we can go over and look at. It's literally 2 pages, but I'm not going to go over all of them. I'm just going to highlight the things that you want to be aware of that you have for you here. So, all right, let me see. Okay, so then one of the things you want to make sure when you go to file your taxes, what you're looking at, is it's always important to have your prior year tax return with you, even at least 2 years. I always ask for at least 2 years prior tax returns. And what that does is when you're preparing your taxes or looking at it, you'll be able to see if there's any losses that need to be carried forward. If there's any depreciation or anything like that, that's important to make sure you're maximizing your tax liabilities. So when you're preparing your taxes, make sure part of your checklist is having your at least 2 years prior to your tax return. All right. Then also it's your personal information. It's very important to make sure your name and your Social Security number match what the Social Security Administration have on file. A lot of people do not know that. But if whatever the Social Security Administration has on file for your Social Security number, so that means women out there who may have gotten married, but you change your name with the Social Security Administration, you want to make sure you file under your married name. If you got married but did not change your name with the Social Security Administration yet, then that just means you still need to file under your maiden name. All right. You want to make sure you have copies of your driver's license and and ID cards. Your spouse's full name. A lot of people, even if you're filing married, filing separate, it's important that you have your spouse's information, right? You also want to make sure for your dependents, right? Their date of birth, the Social Security cards, even their not just their date of birth, but sometimes it's required that a preparer needs to see their actual birth certificate to verify that they are your children that you're claiming, right? So make sure that you have that information available to you as well. Now, if you have other income, if your children had income, right? Nowadays, we got a lot of youngsters balling out, which I'm so excited to see that in this community and in this world where they are starting their own businesses and they're getting income themselves. They're buying into stocks and bonds and mutual funds. And so if they also have income, it's very important that you have that available as well. Now, sources of income is a long list of things under there. Again, go to free tax. We got freetaxchecklist.com. Let me say it again. Freetaxchecklist.com, and you'll see all the information there. But we're going to talk about your sources of income. Now, I love talking about the income, right? Now, if you are employed, you want to make sure you have all your W-2s. So what is that? Literally, everything from every employer, no matter, you cannot leave off one. You want to make sure every W-2 you received, and I know a lot of things have been going on last year with COVID, and a lot of people did have a lot of job changes, right? They switched jobs, so make sure you be patient and get all your W-2s that come in, right? You got your unemployment that you may have. That's going to be on a 1099-G, right? Those self-employed, you also going to have income coming in. You may have 1099 NECs coming in from those who you worked for. If you worked made more than $600 for with someone, they should be issuing you a 1099 NEC, right? And so keep in mind that any 1099 case, those are very important. Those are for our Uber drivers, are those out there who are getting paid by credit card, not Cash App. And though, well, there's a discussion right now going on about Cash App. I'm going to do another live about that one. But if you receive a 1099K, mostly again from our Uber drivers, Lyft, you'll be receiving those as well. But if you're getting payments through credit cards, they'll issue you a 1099G. Let's see. I want to make sure we point out the good ones, right? That most people do have rental income, right? If you have rental income, you received it from a tenant, whether it's been 1 month or all 12 months, you want to make sure you're calculating that income and also reporting that on your taxes. That is key. There's retirement income, Social Security income, interest, dividends, even your health savings account. Most people don't know that, which is a 1099 SA, is considered income, but you just got to know what to do with it to make sure that you're not paying any money on that. And basically what you want to do is utilize your health savings account and you'll be okay. So again, there's gambling income, jury duty, hobby income, and expenses. All those are things that are source of income that you want to make sure that you are calculating. Because the IRS says if you earn it in this tax year, season or tax year, you are responsible for reporting that on your taxes. All right. Now, just a few other ones I like to talk about because I'm finding more and more people are investing or have trust, right? You got to make sure that you're keeping up with your trust income, royalties, right, from 1099 miscellaneous. Those are phenomenal. So, and let's see. So anything else, any other income that you may have, trust me, it's on the list. So let's look at that. But get the checklist. The whole point, what I want you to look at this checklist for is, again, to remind yourself and to know what to file on your taxes. And another thing that I like about it, because, I'm twofold. I'm really all about people earning more money, right? Economically stabilized and then going to economic prosperity in your lives and in your community. And sometimes looking at the source of income, I've seen it encourage individuals and actually want to create another source of income, right? Sometimes you don't know that's a way that there's income out there to be created. You don't know. But get the checklist and we can see how that can help you out, all right? Now we're going to talk about some of the deductions. Now, some of the deductions that you can utilize, I want to go back to that rental income. So if you have rental income, then you also have, rental expenses, right? Those are very key that you keep track of those things so that you can also write them off. Now, a deduction, it's a write-off, right? It decreases your tax liability or your income, I should say, where income basically increases your tax liabilities and your income. So deductions are very key. If you have income, you want to also make sure you're looking at your deductions as well, or i.e. expenses. And they are from home ownership, again, real estate expenses if you are a real estate investor. You also, if you're a homeowner, you got your real estate and property taxes that you can deduct. You got your 1098, which is a mortgage interest form. It's a mortgage interest statement, and that your mortgage interest company sends you out. You got charitable contributions. I'm hoping out here in this world we're still being very grateful and very giving, right? And giving to others. And in doing so, when you do give unto others, you also should be able to get a contribution sheet from that. All right. So make sure you ask them for it. And also, you want there's medical insurance. Your health insurance is also a deduction. Child care expenses for those who have children, you can write those off. Now, here's a tax tip for you. You want to make sure if you do have children that you also are getting from your child care provider their name, business name, right? Tax ID number for the business or social security number if it's an individual, their address, and the exact amount of money that you paid them for the year for child care. And it'd be good for them to also list on there which child it was for, right? Just to keep everything clear and on point. Now, you also have what's called a Form 1098T for educational expenses. And again, not to keep you long, but I just want you to see the value of all the different things that is there for you to be able to add as income or have on your tax return for deductions. Here's a key one for 2021 tax season. The IRS has sent out some letters, and I want to make sure we touch on that. Letter 6475. It's the amount of your third economic payment received. You got to have that letter to make sure that you're reporting the right amount on your taxes. Last year, there were millions of returns that were held up because people did not report the correct amount on their taxes. So to help out with that, what we're going to do is drop a link in here right under our video. So you can go to the IRS website directly, check out and see exactly how much you received for the stimulus payment. And so you'll be able to show that to your tax preparer and not get your taxes held up. All right. Now, the other one for those who have children, right? And you got the advanced child tax credit. There's also a letter, it's called a letter 6419. Now, they already went out in the mail. So if you received it already, make sure you have that handy as well as your tax preparation documents. But if not, make sure you also go on the IRS website. And we're going to put the link in there also. And that's for the 6419. And that's for the amount of the advanced child tax payments that you received. Again, you want these letters because if you get them wrong by $100, $1, if they're just incorrect, the IRS will, they trust me, they will be holding up your refund. So you just don't want that. You don't want your tax returns held up for any reason whatsoever. So again, I thank you so much for your time. I am Consuela Hopkins. If you're watching this now, please, again, drop your name and any comments or questions you may have, and my team and I will definitely make sure we answer them. And but also let me know where you're from. I've been blessed with over 30 years in this business to have clients worldwide, and it's good sometimes to see where everybody's checking in from. So you guys be blessed. Make sure you go to www.freetaxchecklist.com and you get a thorough list of all the over 100 things on a list of different documents you actually can have to make sure you're filing a correct tax return. Now, if you have any other questions at all, don't hesitate at all to get in contact with me. And you can do that at scheduleconsuelos, and that's plural.com. Thank you so much. Be blessed and have a great day.